Hike to Heal, Race for Time, Medical Update. That's a mouthful. As I wait for some of you to jump on this morning, I will share with you, I actually am back on a trail today. I'm going to give you a 360 of, I just got to I went on a double dip mountain range this morning. I actually made it halfway through the second mountain range. And I stopped right where I hit the strenuous beyond this point. And I'm back now on my second mountain back, heading up to the peak. That is not the peak, but you could see the granite boulders behind me. I wanted to, I'm waiting for some of you to jump on. I'm just giving you a little bit of a background of what I look at every single morning when I get out here. I am in Scottsdale, Arizona. Good morning to those that are joining me. Arlene, my mom, coming in from Boynton Beach. Good morning, Mom. D-Sim, good to see you. Lauren Riley. Hi, Lauren. Yes, hope you are doing well. Well, I'll tell you what, I am doing incredible this morning. Why is that? I'm going to give you just a quick update. I completed my 5-day water fast yesterday. I actually broke my fast with some fermented sauerkraut, about a quarter of a bowl, and then about an hour later or so, I had my first vegetable soup, all homemade from scratch by my angel, Mary Kelly. And that was at about 6:30 or so p.m. last night. And I went back for a second bowl at about 8:30. A little late for me to be eating, but oh, I was so hungry. I was just incredible. I sat at the dinner table, and before I actually put my spoon into the bowl, I took my face, my nose, and I just lowered it down maybe 5 inches from the bowl, and I just allowed myself to close my eyes and breathe in the aroma of food once again. And it was, I tell you what, if it didn't release oxytocin, which is a love hormone, that's the closest thing to hugging someone that you could get, is hugging a bowl of a vegetable soup when you haven't had food in 5 days. But I tell you what, I'm excited to be back this morning. I woke up this morning and I was so excited. I want to share a little bit about my reflections on this hike, not on a hike, but on my water fast. I don't know how much I healed within my body, but I could tell you that I had my right forearm, where they went in and did a procedure, an angioplasty, coming up on 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. The doctor caused some significant trauma in my forearm, and the pain level was between an 8 and a 9 every single day. However, by day 3, the pain was 100% gone. Pain rate 0. See that right there? There you go. It's 0. 0, 0, 0. This is the second time I healed an arm. Last time I healed an arm injury on my 19-day, well, just that 20-day water fast back in September. But so that's one thing I know for sure, is I healed a damaged forearm from surgery when they do an angiogram, which is when they go up through your wrist into your heart muscles, and they cause a lot of trauma to my wrist as well as my forearm up to my elbow. Healed 100%. Is that not exciting? Oh my, oh my, oh my. You don't have to do a 5-day water fast to heal injuries like that. I believe in 2 or 3 days you could achieve the same goal. I did lose, I lost, I think 8.5 pounds over the 5-day water fast. I'm going to take a minute here. Cherie, good to see you this morning. Emilio Roman, good to see you. Thank you for coming in from Canada. Tammy, Dublin, tell me again where, Tammy, you are coming in from. I'd love to recall that. And in any event, if you hear something that you like or love, gently touch the like or love button. If you have any comments or questions for me, feel free to bring them on. But I wanted to also talk about yesterday, just before I finished my fast, I got an email from Dr. Jack Wolfson's office informing me that all of the blood work results were in the health portal and I could see them. And my God, I opened it up. Linda, good morning. Good to see you. And what happened was, when I opened it up, there were 5 different blood panels, 5 different testing companies. And there were probably a couple of hundreds of different tests that they did on me. And the exciting news is I was hopeful that they would not find that everything was okay, because then I wouldn't have any answers. But in fact, they found some significant issues, some moderate, and then I had some red zone, which is high risk. And I was actually excited to first hear that, to see that. I was literally jumping up and down on the sofa as I was reclining because I had very little energy at that point. Good morning, Mary. Nice to see you. Lauren says, I am in Tempe, Arizona. Well, Lauren, I am at Pinnacle Peak right now in Scottsdale. So nice to see you, neighbor. Good morning. But I will say this, I was actually relieved that the test results showed some significant issues. And there lies one of the things I learned in a moment. I just had new awareness one more time, is that on the outside I may look healthy, I may look good, but we don't know what's going on the inside of our body, in our vital organs, in our systems, in our arteries, in our gut. And although you may look healthy on the outside, some of us don't always have the traditional symptoms that are triggers for doctors to say, whoops, looks like you have a disease or you have a disorder. And so just a reminder is, even though I've been working on repairing my body and healing and reversing, I've reversed like 8 diseases so far, but this last one, APS, which is a rare blood clotting autoimmune, has been a stubborn one. And as you heard me say the other day, I've invited APS to exit out of my body every single day. I'm talking to APS now with love. I'm telling APS it's time to go. I've learned all the lessons. It's been a long time. It's been over 10 years since you've been in my system. You've been in my body, and causing all kinds of, let's say, internal havoc, blood clots in many parts of my body, vital arteries throughout. But at this time, I'm inviting APS to exit out, to go bye-bye, to vanish. And thank you for teaching me what I needed to learn. I have learned a whole lot about myself. And without you, we wouldn't be doing this live today. So I appreciate you so much. Just want to say good morning to Christine O'Connell coming in from Long Beach, California. John Harrison coming in from Atlanta, though the Atlanta area. I know you don't live in Atlanta. She said, how has the fast been? Well, I finished the fast last night, and I know it did some significant stem cell regeneration. On day 5, somewhere between 800 and 4,000% is the increase of healthy stem cells that are regenerated. I know I did heal a massive trauma to my forearm after surgery. It's 100% healed. I have 0 pain in my forearm this morning. And the beautiful thing is as low as my energy was yesterday, I had two bowls of soup, some fermented sauerkraut, and I just did one complete mountain range, and I completed a half of a second. I turned around. I did not complete the strenuous part. I'm going to take some time to build up. But I tell you, all it took was 4 days of technically, let's say, sitting on the sofa and maybe 15, 20 minutes a day of gentle laps in a pool. And my right leg was significantly in pain this morning. My pain level was about a 9 hiking. And also my breathing was compromised. I could feel it in my chest, somewhat tight. It doesn't take long for your body to respond to either a water fast or laying around and not keeping active. And so it's going to take me a couple of days to build back up, but I made the decision. It was a choice to turn around when I hit the first peak or keep going. And I chose to stay in it because what I've been told, and I don't know if this is the truth, is that my blood vessels that I have created, the collaterals that I've built, are not that big. They're not as big as arteries. And if I don't use them, they can collapse. Now, I don't know if that's accurate or not. That was from a cardiologist who said a few other things that are not accurate. And I won't know the answer to that until I meet with Dr. Jack Wolfson, my new paleocardiologist, on the 29th. But I want to go back and jump in and say this. I was so excited when I spent yesterday, after I got the test results, I went through them all. I turned off my phone. I put it away. I wanted to process it. And about 2 hours later, I jumped back in. And then I started doing massive research. I looked at every single red zone test result. And I started to explore it on the internet. And I read medical journal after medical journal after medical journal. And I think I spent close to 7 hours researching late afternoon and last night up until about 11 p.m., which is way past my bedtime. But you know what? I was pumped. You know why I was pumped? Yes, yes, yes. Because I believe I found the smoking gun. Yes, yes, yes. I found the smoking gun, identified 2 microbiomes in my gut that registered high, and one of them has just recently been linked to APS. And this recent research that was just a research study that was just completed in June of this year was just released in the first week of July. And when I found that this particular microbiome, which is a organism in my gut, that is, it's at like the level of 2.4, and it should be greater than 10. So it is very low. Has been linked through research that they did at Yale University. Found that there is a significant correlation between APS and this organism called Roseburia intentionalis. I may be pronouncing it wrong because I'm not a medical doctor. I also found a second microbiome that's a potential tie-in. But you know what? I'm not a doctor. I'm going to share all the information and research that I did last night. My eyes were dizzy when I was done doing my research last night. I couldn't even focus because reading medical journals is not an easy thing if you're just an average guy like me. I'm not a medical doctor, and it took a lot of focus and concentration for me to understand what the heck I was reading. But I tell you what, maybe being on that 5-day water fast actually helped clear more of my brain fog. And of course, all of my stem cells in my brain were regenerated over the last 5 days. So I had enough clarity to just literally spend 7 hours just sorting through and sifting through research document after research journal after research journal. And I was blown away by some of the other tests I saw. One of them was that I have leaky gut. Wow. And what causes leaky gut, some may ask? Now, first of all, I had no idea I had leaky gut. I only had one potential symptom. Good morning. Good to see you.
You as well, Jay. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you. Have an awesome day. So leaky gut is caused by overuse of antibiotics, nutrition, which I ate fast food twice a day for about 25 years. And some days I had it 3 times a day. Why? Because I was in the business doing restaurant design. And I was hooked. I was a fast food junkie, no doubt. So I caused tremendous damage to my gut by eating that processed food and everything that goes along with fast food. So that causes leaky gut. And so and the third thing, there's nutrition and antibiotics and other medicines, such as perhaps they think antidepressants, which I was on for 21 years for anxiety. So I basically created the perfect toxic cocktail, the perfect storm for my gut. Had no idea that I had gut issues. And why is that? Because there wasn't a doctor in my 58 years of life that did a gut test on me, gut testing, because it's not covered by insurance. Not covered by insurance. Any insurance. And the other issue that's really sad is that this test cost $400. This one particular test. I did 5 tests. It cost me over $2,000 for these tests. But through each test, they identified different areas within my body that need some work. Now, the beautiful thing is that all of this is repairable through some very expensive supplements and nutritional changes. Now, I've done the nutritional changes, and however, I've only been plant-based for, I think, about 5 months now. And look, I spent 57 and a half years abusing my body. Actually, 54 I'd say is really the right number. The last 3.5, I haven't abused it, but I wasn't plant-based per se. But it takes time. It took me 54 years to cause all that damage. It's going to take more than 4 months to clean it up. But under the care of Dr. Wolfson and the treatment protocol that I know he'll review with me, I have no doubt that I am going to heal and I am going to reverse APS, because I believe that I identified the one microbiome in my gut that turned on the switch for APS. I've got the research journals now that basically affirmed it to me. I will be sharing that with Dr. Wolfson today. Now, the exciting news also, Francine says, how much was it? Good morning, Francine. The gut test, I could, if you're interested, PM me. I could send you the information on it. Cost me $400. I Googled it. Other doctors charge up to $600 for it, but I could send you the link to the manufacturer or the company that does the testing for gut. Yeah. So here's my truth. I'm looking at this and I'm going, so really? I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in the last 4 years trying to heal, seeing a naturopathic that never did these tests. Just with him alone, I spent over $30,000 in 2 years out of pocket. And no doctor, including my naturopathic doctor in Southern California, did the tests that were done on me 2.5 weeks ago by Dr. Wilson. So I'm not going to focus on that, because if I do, I can get really, I could go low in my mood and be pissed off, and I choose not to be pissed off. I choose to accept that I had to go through all this to get to where I'm at today. I wasn't done learning the lessons that I needed to learn, and so that's what the delay was. But good morning, Bella Yuan. Good to see you. Laura Gotland, thank you for joining me this morning on this Hike to Heal virtual hike, I should say. Here's a backdrop of North Scottsdale. There's one of the mountain ranges I just finished reaching the peak and going down about halfway down to the bottom, turned around. I still have about 45 minutes to an hour left on this hike. My first time hiking since I went on a 5-day water fast. But in this moment, I'm really excited. I'm also excited to share with you that next Thursday morning at 8 a.m. PST West Coast time, 11 a.m. East Coast time in the United States, I am going to have in my studio Kelly Gores, who is the filmmaker from Heal Documentary. She's going to join me, as well as Dr. Jack Wilson, who is one of the leading doctors, integrative doctors, cardiology doctors, but he doesn't just focus on cardiology. In the studio with me, we're going to be having a conversation about health and wellness, and I suspect at some point they'll circle around to my test results, perhaps, but it's going to be a great show of information and knowledge that may in fact change the trajectory of your life, of your quality of life. I'm taking a moment here just to sit on this little boulder here. I'm just taking a moment here. Julie Anderson, good morning, good to see you. I believe you're maybe still in Mexico on vacation. Phil, good to see you. I'm taking a moment here. I'll take some water. Keep in mind that I am about 12 hours off of a 5-day water fast. I decided to jump right back into a mountain so that I get my legs moving. I do not want to have any collapsed vessels in my legs, because if I do, that means one thing is living in a wheelchair, and I choose not to. I choose not to accept the diagnosis or the prognosis anymore. I am on my way to completing this hike this morning. 12 hours off a 5-day water fast. Feeling pretty good. Two bowls of soup, a little fermented sauerkraut. And this morning I had a juice at home. I don't buy juice from a bottle because it's processed and it's pasteurized for shelf life. I juice at home. I bought a $99 juicer, Breville, the lowest cost one on Amazon. And it's an incredible brand. It's an incredible juice. I bought it last September when I did a 3-week fast. But this morning I did beet juice, carrot, a green apple, an inch of ginger, and a bunch of celery, a complete bunch. And I downed that first thing out of the morning, and then I flipped over to water. So in any event, I am going to let you go. I'm really excited. I believe that I've found the smoking gun. I'm going to continue to do some research today. I don't think I'll spend the whole day dipping in, but I believe I've got the answers that I need now after spending a couple of $1,000s on blood work, blood panels that traditional medicine does not recognize, will not cover, will not pay for, and the doctors have no clue. No clue as to what in fact was going on in my body. Their only answer is there's no cure. And what that really means when they say there's no cure to any autoimmune disease is that there's no cure because they have no clue. They have no clue because they're not doing their homework. They're not giving you the tests that will determine what in fact is a trigger, what actually sets on or turns on the autoimmune disease. Because it's as simple as this. once you could figure out what's turned on your autoimmune disease, once you get to the root of that, you could turn it right off. And that's what we're going to do together. We are going to turn off APS. And then we're going to raise our arms like this. We're going to climb that mountain together. And we're going to shout out on stage, yes, 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 we are healed. Yes. That's what I got. That's what I'm feeling this morning. I am one step closer to the peak, to the summit, to be the first in the world to say, I have healed APS. Except it's we. Because once we all understand that with the right testing, and you get to the root cause of your autoimmune disease, you can heal it. You can heal it. Don't believe the BS that Western medicine says it can't be healed. They say that not one autoimmune can be healed. Google it. That's what they say. That's not the truth. They just don't have a clue. Not a cure. They don't know because they're not doing their homework. In any event, I am excited. I am pumped. If you haven't figured out, I'm a passionate person. When I believe in something, and oh, do I believe in this, I don't hold back. I just share. I share my truth. I share from my experience. Lexi, good morning. Coming in from San Diego. Virginia Botis, good morning. Good to see you here. Anita, thank you for joining me. Francine says, great energy and wisdom. Give thanks. Yes, yeah. We can also reverse aging. You want to know the simplest way to reverse aging? Water fasting. Water fasting. I don't remember the statistic. I knew it when I did the three-week water fast last September. But I think it's something like for every day you water fast, you reversed aging by 10 years. Yes, yes, yes. That is, I believe, I'm almost positive that's the truth. I'll look it up and I'll affirm that later. But so basically, for every day, it's 10 years. So basically, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I basically reversed 10, that would be 50 years. Well, I do feel like I'm about 30-something years old right about now. Although my blood tests say something else. But what my blood tests say is that I've got massive leaky gut. Massive leaky gut. They also found that I am wheat intolerant. Now, the good news is that when I eat at home, I'm 100% gluten-free because Mary's gluten-free. But when I do go out to eat at restaurants, which is not that often anymore, why? Because they all serve fruit and vegetables that are not organic, which means they are sprayed with pesticides, and they got all kinds of harmful toxins and carcinogens on those vegetables. And the meat is not organic either. And most of the fish is farm-raised, if not all. Very few restaurants serve wild-caught. And so I avoid restaurants now. There's not a meal that's better than home-cooked meal by my beautiful angel, Mary Kelly. Yes, yes, yes. I'll affirm that right now. So what did I do this morning on this hike? Lexi says, hey, Jay. I say, hey, Lexi, good to see you. As I hiked, I prayed, I meditated. I did a lot of nature bathing this morning. And I raised my arms. I have my arms spread like this, up towards the mountain peaks. And I talked aloud. I talked out loud a lot today. I talked to myself. I just kept saying, yes, 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 yes. I am healed. I am healed. I am healed. And why I do that is because that's part of biohacking. That's how we biohack our brain. That's how we biohack the wires of our thinking. Because what happens is that our brain does the talking and our body is listening, and our body is believing what our brain is telling us. Our mind, I should say. Okay? So when we biohack our mind and change how we think, what we're thinking and what we're saying about ourselves, we actually improve our health and our wellness. It's called biohacking. So that's why I affirm yes, yes, yes. And sometimes I say no, no, no. Because what no means is yes. No to somebody else, no thank you means yes to myself. Francis says that's getting into true alignment where you manifest by law of attraction. Yes, 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 Francine. We are speaking the same language. There's law of attraction, but there's also a healing of the mind, body, and soul. And ultimately, that's what I'm here to do. My intention is to heal 100%. I am healed, regardless of what the test results show. Now, how do you fix leaky gut? You fix it with nutrition, and you fix it with some significant supplements. And so we're going to take care of that. What I don't know is how long does it take? And that's a question I'll be asking Dr. Wilson when he's in the studio with me next Thursday morning at 8 a.m. West Coast time with Kelly Gores from Heal Documentary. She is going to be live with me talking with Dr. Wilson, my new cardiologist, who's going to bring me back to 100% whole, full health. Yes, yes, yes. In any event, yes to biohacking, she says. Yes, Francine. Man, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. So I'm excited today. I am pumped up. I can't wait. Yes, leaky gut is the root cause, but within a leaky gut, there's over 1,000 microbiomes in your gut, and a number of them came up red in the red zone, which is high risk. So I've got some microbiomes that are not healthy, that are damaged. But the most important one is they identified in the autoimmune panel that they did, they all came back normal, healthy, except for one. And when I dug into that, and I spent hours last night doing research, I found that this particular one, they just released a research journal out of Yale University 3 weeks ago. And they show, in this first time, they found a connection between this particular organism in the microbiome of the gut called Roseburia intentalis. There's a direct correlation in the studies and the research and the testing they did with mice. That there's a direct correlation between APS, which is the autoimmune disorder that I have been diagnosed with, and this and a low level of it. My level came in at 2.4. You're supposed to be above 10. So I'm way low, which I believe is the smoking gun. I'm going to hold on to this until Dr. Wilson and I get together, perhaps in a studio when we're live next week, and or when I see him in his office on the 29th. But in any event, I'm going to jump off. I've been on a while. Have an incredible day. Annette, you're catching the back end. Feel free to watch the replay. I shared a lot of information regarding all my medical blood tests that came back yesterday. Yes, it does. Oh, my God. Lexi, it's unbelievable. This test is a $400 test. And I've spent I haven't spent in total, my total medical bills, and now $1.3 million. Last time I was in a hospital for 4 days, 2.5 weeks ago, just got the bill from the hospital, $80,000. Technically, no, it's $79,836. But heck, it's close enough. In any event, I'm going to jump off. I've been on a while. I want to finish up this hike and take some time to reboot, regenerate, reset my energy, and have a meal today. Have a healthy meal. That's probably going to be soup again. Not going to introduce protein, as in meat, I should say. If I do any meat, perhaps tomorrow. We'll see. When I say meat, I'm talking about wild-caught salmon or herring or mackerel. Dr. Wilson is a big fan of having that in nutrition, so I will see if we'll be landing on that. Have a beautiful day, no matter what. It's the weekend. Take time for self-care. Put down that to-do list. It can wait. Not what's important. What's important is taking care of yourself. Mind, body, and soul. Have an awesome day. Thank you for joining me on this hike to heal medical update. Have an awesome day. Thank you. Bye-bye.